Welcome back, children. This is Nilofer ma'am. In the previous module, we had revised the entire lesson of climate. And now, let us quickly go through the basic factors that affect the climate of the region and the assignments based on the entire lesson. Now, let us talk about the assignment. The first question is write the names of the states and region in appropriate column. So please draw a column for it in your notebook and write them down properly. Second question we have, state whether right or wrong. Rewrite the wrong sentences. So children, please remember in geography you have to rewrite the wrong sentences. The first is the fact that Brazil lies on the equator affects its climate in a big way. Second, India and Brazil have the same seasons at the same time. Third, India faces tropical cyclones frequently. Fourth, Brazil gets its lot of rainfall because of the southwest monsoon winds. Next question, question number 3. Give geographical reasons. First one, the northeastern part of Brazilian highlands receive very less rainfall. Next question, snowfall doesn't always occur in Brazil. Third, convectional type of rainfall is not prominent in India. Fourth question, tropical cyclones occur rarely in Brazil. Fifth question, there are not much difference in the range of temperature in Manaus. Next question, India receives precipitation from the northeast monsoon winds too. Question number 4. Answer the following questions. First one, describe in brief the changes occurring in the climatic conditions of India while growing from south to north. That is, as we move from south towards the northern side of India. Second question, explain the importance of the Himalayas and the Indian Ocean with respect to the climate of India. So, in this question, you need to answer about the importance of Himalayan range as well as the Indian Ocean. Next question, discuss the factors affecting climate of Brazil. Fourth question, compare the climates of Brazil and India. Now, fifth, we have, with the help of the internet, obtain information regarding annual average temperature of the continental location of Brasilia and Bhopal and explain it with the help of a graph. Let's revise. So, the factors that affect the climate of a region through an audio-visual clipping. Children, please go through the clipping and try to understand the factors that is responsible for climate of a region.
In this video, we're going to quickly understand what are the factors affecting India's climate. Now, generally speaking, I'm not just talking about India. There are 6 major components that controls the climate of any place. They are latitude, altitude, pressure and wind system, distance from the sea, ocean currents and relief features. Let's understand each one of them. The first one is latitude. Due to the curvature of the Earth, the amount of solar energy received varies depending on the latitude. That's why you'll see the temperature decreases as we go away from the equator towards the poles. This is the equatorial region, from Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere to Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. There's another name to it called as tropical zone or torrid zone. As we go further away, we have the temperate zone or the temperate region. This is the area lying in between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere and in the southern hemisphere it is between Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle. Now this area has a pleasant climate. That's why you'll find most of the tourist destinations in the world located at temperate regions. As we go even further away, we have the frigid zone. It's cold freezing out here. This area is in between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere, and in the southern hemisphere it is between Antarctic Circle and South Pole. So these were all the latitudinal changes that affects the climate of a place. The second factor is altitude. Altitude means height. The more you go above the ground, that is from the surface of the earth to higher altitudes, the temperature decreases. Because the concentration of air molecules decreases, we also call it as thin air. That's why when you go to hill stations, it's cool out there. The third factor is pressure and wind system. By pressure we mean high and low pressure system. Always remember, air moves from high pressure to low pressure area. The best way to understand this, I have given this illustration before, so I'm going to use it again. Switch on the AC in your room and leave the door open. You will feel the cool air going out of the room, and this is because the environment outside your room is warm and it's attracting the cool air molecules towards it. Hence, by this example, you can also understand this. Landmass gets heated faster than water bodies, and due to that, a low pressure zone is created at the land surface, which attracts cool air molecules from the sea or ocean, causing rainfall and changes in the temperature. The fourth factor is distance from the sea. Now, if you are residing at coastal areas, you will notice there is hardly any change in the weather condition. I mean, you will be constantly facing the wind from the sea, so there isn't going to be much differences in the weather condition. But as you move away from the coastal areas towards central part of the landmass, you will start to witness extreme weather changes like very hot during summer and very cold during winters. This condition is known as continentality. The fifth factor is ocean currents. It is a continuous movement of ocean water from one place to another. Ocean currents are created by wind, water temperature, salt content, and the gravitational pull of sun and the moon. Generally, there is two types of ocean currents, cold and warm currents. You can see them in this picture. The red arrow indicates warm currents and the blue one are cold currents. If you notice, most of the warm currents are near the equatorial region. That's where the sun rays falls directly and are found in abundance. So the theory is these warm and cold current influences the local winds of the nearby landmass and causes change in the climatic condition. For example, with warm currents, the landmass face warm and humid climate. And the last factor is relief features. In geography, the meaning of relief is typical high and low lying areas like mountains, plateau, plain, deserts, etc. High mountains act as barriers for cold or hot winds, just like we have the Himalayas that protect us from the cold chilly wind of the Arctic. And it is also due to these mountains precipitation takes place. One such example would be the mountains of Western Ghats that lie in the path of the rain-bearing southwest monsoon winds. So these were the 6 factors that affects the climate of India, not just India, any place on earth.
when I ruled the world.